Hello and welcome to your home mobility program. I thought you could start your program with some open books just to help with that upper back tightness and mobility. The yoga block is an optional, you don't need it as long as you can keep your knee on the floor. But you'll really feel that here through the back, from the shoulder all the way to sort of the hip on the other side. So it's like a cross body stretch. The aim of it is to keep that knee on the ground and push the hand that's on the floor into the ground, breathing out as you extend the other arm. You're keeping the same body position for this one as your open books, but you are sending your fingertips in a big circle from your knee all the way to the hip on the back of your body, whilst trying to keep your elbow from bending. I have done this one quite a lot. I'm quite flexible in the shoulders, so I can touch the floor with my fingers, but many people can't actually touch the floor with their fingers. Their shoulders are a little bit more stiff. So if that's you, don't worry about it. Just make sure you don't bend your elbow as a compensation trying to reach for that. After you finish with those, just on the one side, you're going to come to your belly and you're going to put yourself into a pelvic tilt. So think flat bottom, pushing your pubic bone into the floor. You're then going to peel the shoulders back, but keep your forehead and the rest of your body flat on the floor. So it's just those shoulders lifting. Think like a proud chest. Maintain that position with the shoulders and then lift the arms, keeping the elbows straight. So we don't want to bend the elbows. We want to maintain that proud position with the shoulders. And you're going to lift them as high as you can without allowing those shoulders to roll forward as the arms come up. After you've done those, you're going to put your fingertips lightly on your ears, pull those shoulders back again whilst keeping the forehead resting on the floor, and then pull the elbows up and back as high as you can. Same thing without allowing those shoulders to roll forward. So you want to feel all of those muscles in between the shoulder blades turning on and doing some work to help get you into this position. You shouldn't be feeling your lower back at any time during these movements. So if you are, just check in with your body positioning, ensure that you have that pelvic tilt going on, squeezing your bottom muscles, and make sure that you're not lifting your upper back or your head off the floor, because that's not the aim for that one. However, for this one, it is. So you're still maintaining that pelvic tilt. And when you're lifting your upper back, you're actually really thinking like somebody is peeling you off the floor by the shoulders. So you're lifting the upper vertebrae first as high as you can, whilst only putting a little bit of pressure into your forearms. So you really want this to be an active lift from the upper back and not just about pushing into your forearms and forcing your body up into that position. After you've finished off your desired reps for these, you can find your yoga block again and you're going to put it on your knee on the other side, getting ready for your open books. I don't have it here, but you can put a pillow under your head if you feel like your neck needs some support. Some people find that their head is sort of just hanging there, so feel free to chuck a pillow or something under your head if that's more comfortable for you. After you've done your open books, you're then coming into your air guitars on the other side of your body that you were doing before, and you're going to do however many reps of those you've either been prescribed or you feel like doing on that day. It's really important to remember throughout all of these movements, you need to maintain your breath, so you don't want to be holding your breath for any of them. After you've done your air guitars, you're going to bring yourself onto your back. You're going to find that pelvic tilt and we're going to come up into glute bridges. If you don't have that pelvic tilt, you will end up feeling this in your lower back. So that's kind of not where we want to be. We want to be feeling it in our glutes. I've got my hands either on my hips or on my chest so that I'm not pushing my arms into the floor to cheat here. You're also going to feel it in your hamstrings. So those are the muscles on the back of your legs between the knee and the bottom. And they really should be firing up here to help you get up and down. After you've worked up a bit of a burn on those, you're going to bring your feet a little bit closer together and we're going to work on some isometric hamstring and glute strength for the single leg. So this is a glute bridge march. You're going to still try to maintain that pelvic tilt and keep the hips as high as you can without flaring through the ribs or dumping into the lower back while you lift one leg and then the other one, alternating between. You also want to avoid allowing your hips to rock back and forth while you're doing that, so you want to keep them nice and still. After that, we're going into pendulums. So same thing, finding that pelvic tilt, avoiding that flare in the rib cage. You're going to be quite heavy through the ribs. And this is an active exercise. So we don't want to be flopping from side to side. You want to be squeezing your knees actively together, almost like you've got a $100 bill between them. Someone's trying to steal it. And then you're rocking down towards the floor, pausing before you touch and breathing in to come back to center. So you're breathing out to come to the side and breathing in to come back to the center. You can choose how many of these you want to do. I generally recommend at least 6 to 8 on each side, but it may be a case of building up if you're not quite there yet. From there, you're going to come up into your 90-90 position. So you'll have one leg in front with the knee bent at 90 degrees. The hips make a bend of 90 degrees, and then the back leg knee is also bent at 90 degrees. You're going to twist your hips slightly so that the top hip there is pointing towards the knee at the front, and then you're hinging from the hip. So I don't want you to be bending through your spine. We want to be trying to keep that nice and straight, nice proud chest, and hinging through the hips over that front knee, so your chest is going to be in line with the knee. You can do this one passively to start, so you've got some support from your fingers to take a bit of that load off. And then once you've done those, you'll end up lifting your fingers off the floor and it becomes an active exercise. So making sure you're still breathing as you lower yourself down, and then breathing as you push yourself through that front leg to lift your body back up. You should be feeling this one through the glute of the front leg, so it should be a fairly intense stretch, but nothing painful. I haven't done on this video, but if you want to make it a little bit more intense, you can actually put your fingertips on the ears like you did with that exercise initially on the floor, and you pull the elbows back. That makes it a bit more intense and it will sort of fire up the muscles in your back, so take it as you feel. Of course, you can't forget to do the other side, so once you're finished on the first one, just make sure you transition over and then do the other one, starting with passive, so hands on the floor, and then moving to active, where your hands are going to be lifted. Lucky last, once you've finished up with those, you're going to bring yourself into a 4-point position. So your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders and your knees are going to be directly under your hips. Knees about hip width apart, hands about shoulder width, and then you are tucking your toes underneath. I want you to initiate the pelvic tilt here as well. So you're lifting your belly button slightly, tilting the pelvis, and then we're thinking about our chest on like an elevator. It's going up and down, allowing our shoulder blades to move together as we come down and spread apart as we come up. But we're staying active and engaged through our arms, so we're not going to bend our elbows for this one. It's all coming from the shoulder blades. You've got an option to make this one a little bit harder to finish off, so you can actually lift your knees just off the floor about 2 centimeters, still maintaining that core engagement, that pelvic tilt, and then perform that movement where you're going up and down on the chest elevator. So what I'm doing here is I'm pushing into my hands and my arms to lift my body away, and then I'm bringing myself back down softly so my knees sort of just kiss the ground before I lift back up. And then after you've done your reps of those, you can come into a swan stretch. So you put your bottom on your heels and you reach your hands as far as you can away from your bottom while you're still trying to maintain that contact between your bottom and your heels. So they're opposing pulls. This one here, you can just chill out and breathe, and you're done.